the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
In fact, yediani chiremu ewo akwetia. Yekwa akwetia dia na kire se by elections yi huntutu ya ena yede ehunsem ebremo. Now on the 7th of July ena Brichi boy ewo Ghana mrahye bedwamu ebra mrahye bedwani ya woginamu edi ama nipa ewo akwetia yewura Ernest Yakumi information beto dwa se Nyankopon ato ne nsa edi afre no. Na evana ya rehosem yi pa. Both minority and majority, nyinano ebowura akwatia solidarize with the family. Na said the Ghana embratie no. Say member of parliament be ya or certain member of parliament be kone krechia. There was a electoral commission e declare seat no vacant. Na o share e da ye beto aba foforo apa onipa foforo ama no abesi de wafiri mu na nemu na wabesom sa constituency no. Wakwanya na de na wafiri mu no tiase na ofa so asom de pepepe. Enu nti electoral commission ekotranse no no moye se Yakopon ya domo a September da etoso mienu no yemfa bato enhyehyɛ so ya friend by election na yehunu nipa obeba besi yewra NS Yakumi a wanya de ba bi kwanan na wasom nipa ewo akwatia. The New Patriotic Party, in fact Eastern Regional Executives ehyiamu echiremu se omode enya dia omaya krado se ombeto aba omohwe party ni mudin no brantia ya friend no Solomon Asumedu asom party no akwaniasa nyina so oye obi a nipa wakwatia dono oye obi a nipa wakwatia penasem oye obi a in fact watu no ho asi ho edi ama akwatia na oye adwuma entino party no kire se omohwe a omode yewura Solomon Asumedu ba akwatia man ebeto no akwatia man bagina tum na wababa be hye yewura NS Yakumi a wanya de ba bi kwanan enti the New Patriotic Party de omo anko parliamentary primaries ewo akwatia constituency omo apaw Solomon Asumedu se ono ena enyina party no na emo ena the National Democratic Congress. In fact eyen hyehyeye se omekọ abato so na omo apaw my parliamentary candidate or be contest the NPP Solomon Asumedu no mahwe se akwatia seat no once again ombetumi a reclaim from the New Patriotic Party. Akwatia is one seater a swing baba jama di swa dru baby na yeyi ni free ho ye maami ya mase bai ono so yeyi ni free ho ena NS Yakumi ba ya nei ono so ekone krechi enti seater a very very dicey. Now interestingly yedi abato one hye so no lawyer Bernard Bediako Beidu ena wodi nkonimu ewo the NDC parliamentary elections for the Akwatia constituency. Yeah, or two former member of parliament for Akwatia constituency on the ticket of the NDC. Yewra Henry Boachi Yadom Yadodo na friend no aye Okoyo and I was sent to Rasmus Kone Ali. You also do na friend no Asanka Poyoyo. To him ya lawyer Bernard Bediako Beidu. Out of the 980 votes, or secure 380. The former member of parliament, ya just say, ya university of Kunaso, no, ya NDC ni, ya Henry Boachi Yadom, ya don't have no koyono, and so a pulu 366 votes, and a Rasmus Kone Ali, a Sanka Poyoyo, and so pulu 226 votes. 200 is a contest, and on a very, very close. Near 12 in spite of the heavy security there. Nipa oweni abano want to make celebrate na was a police for din timirika dini dwane dia ya and these supporters na say ye wi abanimu omonti asiasa lawyer Bernard Bediako Beidu na aweni abano kwa omofa so omoto abano kenka abano nyina kire say fraud nya sem keto o kire say heavy security nyina chi na ya pato mba bi enyi eduru ba bi na o result to threat enya easy timi 30 seconds video and a 2 minutes audio of Nyoma Ekoso ewo biaya the National Democratic Congress eto aba de eyi omo akwatia parliamentary candidate for the by elections nti yanko ni yanko hwe na yensanti yeah and is for me a shame we on get for and is why on get for money bia dia money prisika we are before
21st century. You talk about the Roman about to go channel. About to know I don't know what is channel. About to know I don't know what them. You talk about about to go channel. About to know what you are doing and you talk about you talk about inside. No journalist. You can't answer the journalist everywhere. I don't know what so we are not the say. Obia will fine. Say NPP NDC 2000 and all with them. Obia export design. Migration of Mama 10,000. NDC party was migration of Mama 10,000. What say NDC party for NPP? You may vote for NPP. On the second. You may fool NPP. I've seen a performer. Everyone, we are here. I will never risk my life. I come from all the way from Accra. I come from all the way from Accra. NPP never come, never stand out to me. Never stand out to me. You are come NPP. Last year, everything more than 170 something. In your bedroom, Okoye Wagi, only time Bibi. You can move inside this, but was Okoye Triba no go back up here. Yes, I can be a man. Yes, I can be a man. Depending on to matter party, or Yatoma,
elections. The first attempt at elections in this country was a friend saying as a candidate in this country was in 2024 elections. When you have 41.7 votes, 41.7% of the votes. His first attempt. Others had done it before. They got 39%, 34%. You got 41.7%. Others have done it for the first time and gotten less.
But Obisu Weka say, our Baimu was then vice president. Now, utiminya sa minimal votes na it caused to worry. And now, unti sa se Obisu da.
Nsem-Pii John Dramani Mahama no ye Nsem-Pii. So no one kasa ye Nsem-Pii in 2016 and so lose elections. One say Kwamba and we knew with over 1.7 million votes. That is why I'm saying say you have assumptions in Kasabium. It was a woody can come up, but a assumption.
Sure.
The facts which is there for us, because when the facts are there, you don't rely on assumptions. So your assumption is right. It could be a possibility. However, there are facts. And so when the facts are available, it negates the assumption. You no longer work with the assumptions. The fact of the matter is that say an issue of say obi your Nsem-Pii be the donya set a coalition when we near it may a problem. False, because there is evidence say Nsem-Pii nan kasa kra kwa bato man indusi but osanso san kwa bae e be the Nsem-Pii. Why do you think that the NDC in their wisdom refused to change a president that was a seated president, that had been an acting president, had been a vice president, and lost elections by, at the time, unprecedented 1 million votes, and yet they decided to say they'd be Nsano? It was because the NDC were clear in their mind, say Obiko Abatwo, now say, Unya 41.7% of the voter. It means that over 41.7% of the voters in the country who have confidence in him. Nejuma Akane say, Oba convince an additional 9%. No, we didn't kunim. And see, if you are such a winnable person in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, all we need is to convince an additional 9% of the country's votes to vote for him. You don't throw him away and assume, say, Yankofa Kwame Nkrumah tikesi and number started. No, you need so ko benya 20% to, so benya 30% to, so benya 50% to, so benya 60% to. Again, the facts of the matter and the historical trends in Ghana, me say, apart from Nsem-Pii John Dramani Mahama, now Oye acting president in 2012 or election for the first time of winning. We've not ever had a candidate run an election for the first time in this country and won. And see, I don't know how big take it a risk. Adena will be taking will use assumption. No? When the present facts and data and historical way nature trend in nature say, Nipana wako be pen. Although Mr. Mimaela and Makoto Obama, Kwame Nkrumah Tikesi penya. That's a Kwame Nkrumah Tikesi elections. The likelihood say metumi asen ato ama no higher than say obi foforo kra na eba. Nti as a party yenimre to be able to risk and use assumptions when we have the facts facing us say all we need in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is 9% of the vote of this country and he will be president. Then we quickly run and go and look at the trend. Now over the period, no, on my way, no, your vote pattern how is it like? Then you realize that almost all the presidents are Yenya, almost all the presidents are Yenya, no. They built on their past elections to get to the presidency. Oman Peninko 4, Oko 98, 96, Wenya. And about 2000 Obenya, 2000 Obama, 96 Okotia, on former president Rollins are not yet incumbent president Okoye. And that was Oman Peninko for first time. And as a first time, he lost. Rollins within here. And then Oman Peninko 4 came into the 2000 elections as a second time candidate. This time, Obatia, first time candidate, Professor Tamils. Professor Tamils, as a result of being a first time candidate, lost. Oman Peninko 4 won the 2000 elections. Then, Oman Peninko 4 won 2004 again. In 2008 elections, Oman Peninko 4 mbre aso. Just as Oman Peninko John Dramani Mahama mbre aso this elections, friend is saying after this elections, you know. And now NPP, who being a be candidate for 4. NDC 4 realized that Oman Peninko Professor Mills and Yatone that than any BA, maybe ABCBA or tone elections are about visibility, about image identification, about name identification. And see, almost saying repeat Professor Mills in the 2008 elections. And guess what? Because Professor Mills at that time was running for the third time against and another Danko Ekufuado candidate who is coming for the first time. Again, the electoral trends and the political science was at play. It's in another Danko Ekufuado being a first timer, lost the 2008 elections. Professor Mills won the 2008 elections. Then Nana Danko Ekufuado now counts back into the elections. How many times? 2012, 2008 he lost, 2012 he lost, then 2016 on the third attempt he won the elections. Why did the NPP repeat on Ekufuado? Because the NPP was very clear in their minds all that period. Say, see, I can say yes, son another Danko Ekufuado. They say, yeah, 3 years na because at any point in time, I had the candidate for Bebano. Now, or constate free zero. Until we need to get the consistency in our candidates to ensure, say, we are building on what he has done to win election. By the time we got to 2016, everybody in this country, just as it happened for Tamils in 2008, everybody in this country was ready for another Dankwa Ekufuado presidency because they have heard his message, they know him, they've seen him, we have a similar scenario as a new patriotic party in the 2028 elections. Now, the idea say, unlike in the past, Oman Penino was no ever 2 terms in Tinka. After the first attempt by Bawumia, he will be going against an incumbent president. We have a president who will be exiting after the 2008 elections. It is a NDC 4 pill. Omun here first timer. No, I'll be running 2028 elections. That is where the NPP's advantage is. An NDC first timer versus a Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who is a well-established politician, well-known. Every Ghanaian in everywhere in this country knows his name, knows his face, knows his message, his vision, what he represents. That is the winnable candidate in Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Then the third point, which is the third leg, the formidability of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. As a party, you hear Kendinia or the temperament, ne vision, ne temperament, ne character, ne suni ne bino, eye dia Ghana for Bejina Wawa too. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia in this country be him say, ope on my way more politician or yet precise in terms of as ultimately asserting no when the bill leads Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And that is why, as a vice president, you didn't know come on sometimes Campo say as a na on Omampeni. It is because some of the most transformational, difficult decisions and combined with a bit taking 50 years, a bit taking. His assertive decision-making character led him to stand firm and took those decisions without any aggression against anybody. And today, Ghana has become a model for so many African countries and even some first world countries as such. When Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia realized that Ghana ha etumi kumni. When Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia realized that opemfo awoka na hemachi be tu ewo MBA du Ghana ha utumi esane se hospital and say health center na enyamoja amfa mano. When Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia realized that on my way mu obi tumi yare ayemachi 3 na the health facility be the owo asoti edro bi na wewu no. And then he noticed, okay, what is the cause? I don't say the road is bad. Into be or walk na answer now be in the health center. Now the number the district hospital. I beg you, Mojano. They will work so. Okay, it means I would have to construct all the roads in all our communities before we can solve that problem. That is something that is not possible immediately. So Dr. Bawumia sat there and said, how do we fix this whilst we work on the long-term solution? And then he went and introduced the zipline drone system. I ne meno kasi say owoka obi ewo Busa South. Na say eye anti-snake a drone kwa no here ehu hia so bewu because drone ebe deliver man in minutes. I ne awo eka oba ewo ne kra say ayemache 2. Na say awaka na bibi eye na wa shorty moja drone edi moja ekwakoma no. Embra or this side way by no. NDC for can say, in fact, NDC women organizer can say, and ya the papa biana, and ya dear Baba here, Mahu Wegaria. That's what he said. Today, even the United Kingdom, UK, I say, you know, Mashasia, or more yet, if anything, zipline drone system to deliver health services to their country. UK, I feel on Mashasia. As I speak to you, in Abedia dance, you say, Adia Bakwa Babe Boya Maya, speedy up the formalization of our economy, the national ID system. National ID system, okay, history, it dates back to Gold Coast independence time, a case of mine, you, or Mampeni for by or by activity, or my into me. It took Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to come and ensure, say, the national ID system, which is a far advanced ID system than even the ID cards that UK name US citizens. No? That is what he's introduced into this country. And today, look at how it is transforming our economy. And then, your friend is saying Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, are driving a lot of young people who have become young CEOs or more e-commerce and running businesses online because of the establishment of the national identification system, which has led to integration and synchronization of all databases. And now national identification card number, and a senator number, and your tax ID number, and I will register with business, and I be your bank account, and it be a confidence number for young people to even sit at their homes and run businesses and still do well. That is the kind of transformational leader Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is. And remember, say, Sanyama we are making one seminar. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, they were not popular ideas because any car coin, any school dying, any market, any hospital na wusi. Inti nipa ne fani ni inti it takes a while. Unia kukudro, unia decisive and assertive. Untumi nya sa akukudro ni fani sa implementation. And that is the kind of character we have in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. For us as a political party, there is no single individual that has taken on the NDC, our opponent, like Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has. And until I know, say NDC for ammunitions, ni arsenals, ni omon toko ni na amo de Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. In fact, if you embroil Mampeni Mahama Baby, how many times and what you say, Ubi Kasa Waka, Mahama, Nana, Jane, Abaida. Baba Kwame, couldn't say never your position quay. Friend is in the middle phone, so better Soka, a Kufado Bawumia government, a Kufado Bawumia government, a Kufado Bawumia government. Why? Because Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has always been a thorn in the flesh of the NDC. Always, all the time. He is the only NPP person without doubt to say he takes the fight to the NDC. And that is the kind of leader that the New Patriotic Party across the country we are looking for. You are responsible for the future and fortunes of our party. As a party people, all of us from the polling station, electoral area, constituency, national, regional, we win together, we lose together. We only need a leader or a level-headed or a sober to be able to drive everybody around the flag of the NPP and appeal to the non-NPP 9% in this country to vote for our party to come to power in the next 2028 elections. You know, his formidability, he is winnable, he is the most prepared. For me, are the three crucial elements are a properly Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ahead of all the others going into the elections. And see, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's prime minister not running. It's not just about MPP. It is also as much as about the people of this country as it is about the New Patriotic Party. Because you see, we are 2 in 1. Me no can say candidates almost running now. Why not? What is our articulate, clear-cut vision for the people of this country? None. But open for our microphone. Now, Sifem, Kwabeka Junction, Church whether the business the Dr. Bawumia or bad, then Obayama teacher for they will tell you. Then Obayama for they will tell you.